Okay, so it won't autofocus.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to lower down the volume of my speaker. Hold on. Hello everyone! Welcome back to my food. So, I think collectively most people think that when you are like a makeup YouTuber or a beauty YouTuber, you do have brushes, you do have like palettes on your table. Well, you're right, but bitch, I also have food. So these are cheeseburgers. Some of them have eggs because I love eggs.
And I
love a good egg, and I bought them from Ate Belle. If you're around Riverside, you would know where that burger stand is. But this is like a get ready with me makeup tutorial. I'm sorry, I really have a lot of free time right now. It's like 10:13 in the evening and I'm not going anywhere. I'm just watching movies right now. And also some sound trip from BDS. It's a mood, it's a vibe. Stay in your lane. Mind your business. Mind your child care. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I want to show you guys how I would do like my everyday makeup look as if I would wear makeup every day. So you will see how I would do it, what products I will use, what colors I would use for an everyday beat, an everyday glam. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna remove my glasses first. I'm going to do my brows, and speaking of brows, I'm going to do them off camera because I think everyone right now knows how to do their brows. Even newborn kids know how to do their brows even better than me. So I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So I already did my eyebrows. They are longer than what I have anticipated, but that's fine. So something that I will do if I would be wearing like an everyday makeup is I would go lighter with my brows. For an Instagram for an Instagram brow, I would usually go with a darker color, but for like an everyday brow, I would use like a lighter brown color. So it looks so intense right now because remember I have beauty lights in front of me, but on natural daylight they are just light, like a light shade of brown, but just super defined. So let's move on to the eyes, shall we? So this look is gonna be very simple. You just need like 2 matte colors and 1 shimmer. And for brushes, you need 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4. Maximum of 4, but minimum of 3 brushes. So let's start with the eyes. I haven't primed yet, so let me do that on the other eye first. So I'm gonna prime this eye first so that I can show you the steps. And then later on, I will finish the other eye. So I just primed my eyes with some concealer. I have been loving this. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. For priming, I use the shade Light Ivory. Alright, so now that we have primed our eyes, let's start with what's my eyebrow pencil? Hold on while I transfer a call. Hold on. What I do, I'm back. So going back, so I'm going to use this Pro palette that I custom created, and literally 2 eyeshadow colors only. My everyday makeup usually go with browns, bronze, sometimes taupes. But with this one, I'm gonna stick with shadows that I like. So I'm gonna use this 2 shadows here. I'm gonna start building my transition on my crease with this brush. Let's use this shade here because this one is more lighter than the other. So I'm just gonna load on my brush, flick off the excess, and start building that on my crease. I think I need to pull you in, guys, a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm still going to eat my cheeseburger, because if you think I forgot about those, bitch, you were wrong. So let me pull you in closer. So I'm not sure if this is close enough, but now that you can see my brain activity, if you see an eyelash moving backward, I don't want to hear nothing about it. I don't want to talk about it. But we're gonna focus on our eyes. So going back with this fluffy brush for our initial transition shade, let me just flick off the excess even more. So let's start building that color in the crease. Some YouTubers, I see them like using like a magnified mirror when they're using their makeup. Unfortunately, I cannot do that. I need to see what's going on my eyes. So that's why I'm using this mirror. This is just a regular mirror. This one, and you can see my beauty lights on you. So talk. Shut up, bitch! Shut the fuck up! So let me just start with this crease, and let me what the heck? Let me just adjust my seating arrangement, and let me pop on the creases if there is. Well, because I talk a lot, in case you haven't noticed. So let's go ahead and start. So let's start building that crease. And what I would suggest is you blow this color out as much as possible, because there's a fly in my... You did not sign a release form to show on my video, sir. So, going back. For the initial color, since this is a transition color, I would really blow this out, like up to my brow bone. Okay, so now that we have blended our initial color, that's very easy to blend, by the way. Now that we have blended that initial color, let's go in with our secondary color for the crease as well. I use 2 colors because it just gives you that done up look. Like, it seems like you really put effort into your makeup, but actually you did not, even though you just used 3 colors. Okay, so I just adjusted my lighting. It's more true to color. So I'm not sure if I have to decrease my beauty lights, but hope you can see. This is much more true to color. This is much more what I see on my mirror. Alright, so what I did is that I removed one of my ring lights. So this is the ring light that I'm using, and I'm using one soft light as well. So I think this setup looks more true to color. So as you can see, that's just a very soft wash of color on my eyes right now. What we're going to do next is we're going to bring in some depth and definition on the eyes just a little bit. So we're going to hop on to these darker shade here. The one that I hit pan and broke pan as well. So I'm now using a smaller brush. I'm just gonna flick off the excess, and I'm going to once again build that color on my crease. We're just blowing out colors on our eyelids. Eyelids. Just keep on buffing this shadow for like 3 months until it's already blown out on your lids as well. Now that you have blended that eyeshadow for like 3 days, what you can do is go back with your initial brush with no product on it and just blend or buff that even more, or blow that even more. Alright, so now that we have blended those 2 eyeshadows together, we're gonna move to our lid color. If you have the sleek copper plate palette, I would suggest this shade here. This shade is like a copper tone color in which my camera is not doing justice right now, but it's like a red bronze shade, but I've been using that a lot when I went out with my friends to eat samgyeop, and when I went out with my friends to eat like chicken and fries, I use that color. So I'm gonna switch to a different color for the meantime. What do they call this? Shits and giggles? I don't know. What's not clicking?
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
So I'm going to use my Pro palette once again. This time, this is an all shimmer Pro palette, and I'm going to use this shade here, which looks more red on camera, but it's very similar to the one on copper plate. So I'm going to take a brush, flat brush to be exact, and I'm going to apply that on my lid. And I'm also going to use like a setting spray. This is not setting spray, this is just a facial spray. This is the Miniso. Is this a Miniso? Hold on. Yeah, this is Miniso. This is the Watermelon Bouncy facial spray. I talked about this on my Miniso haul video, so I'm gonna use it to wet the brush, so at least the pigment will show up even more on my lid. So, Lego. Okay. So now that we have put that or placed that coppery shade on our lid, and then what we're going to do next is we're going to buff that harsh line on my lid using the same shadow that we used, but this time I'm not going to wet it. For buffing that, I'm going to use the Glad King number 22. This is a pencil brush, and I'm going to get a little bit of that color on the brush, flick off the excess, and just use that to blend the harsh line between the lid color and the transition shade. And to blend it out even more, I'm going to take this shade once again, and then I'm going to buff that red shade once again. Nagutom ako, wait lang. Kain muna ako. Okay, so I'm back. Tapos ko kumain ng cheeseburger na may egg. And while I was doing that, I did blend my shadows a little bit more. So here's what we're going to do next. We're going to shape our eyeshadow because I was really sloppy on the outer edge. So what I'm going to do or use is a makeup wipe. And I'm just going to shape that into a sharp wing. So that's how I do my lid, or that's how I shape the eyeshadow on my lid. So to save some time, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my eyes or my other lid off camera, and when I get back, I will show you how will I do my foundation, if in any case that, again, if I would be wearing makeup every day. So hold on to your lace, to your wigs, and I'll be right back. I'm back. Look at the material. Look at the material.
Look at the material.
You should be going home
You
anyway.
can be the judge of it.
So I just did my other eye, and the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to prime. Where's my primer? Please hold on while I transfer your call.